Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Children, as you all are aware that we were doing revision of chapter 12, that is geometry. And today we are going to do revision of all the concepts which we have learned in previous classes. So children, will start with the concept of line. Line is what? Line means when you will go to your grocery shop or in ATM queue, you will find it out that everyone is saying that make a line. Make a line means what? That can be extended up to any extent. Means that line can be straight in any up to any length. The length of that line is not specific. So what it is, that is your line. Now if I talk about school, in school also when you are standing in assembly area and that area that like when you are standing in assembly ground, then also you are standing in a line. That line can be extended up to any extent. So it means that line is what that can be extended up to any extent. That is line. Now what are the properties of line? That is very important. When we have done this chapter, in that chapter we have done about properties of line. What are the different properties of line? First property, very important, that is it can be extended up to any extent. It has no fixed length. Then next, a line can be named as line L, line M or line AB. If I mention that A is the beginning in the point which is there in the beginning and B is the point which is at the end. So AB is the line. Now we'll come to the second, very important. Now in line also we have different fragment. What are these fragment? First, a line can be straight or curved. That is one part. Straight, either a line will be straight or curved. Curved line means you have a wavy line, you have a circle line, in any that is not straight. Straight line we have vertical line, we have horizontal line, we have slant line. Again in lines we are going to do perpendicular line and parallel lines. That concept we are going to take it in few minutes. After that, line segment. Line segment is what? Line segment means segment means a part. Segment means a part. When we cut out a part from the whole line, then that is known as line segment. When that particular part we will take it out, then it means then that particular part it has a fixed length. That part is having a fixed length. So what are the properties of this line segment? That line segment is a segment or a part which has a... So children, what is line segment? Line segment means, a segment means apart from that whole line. That means a line segment. Line segment can be named because that line segment has two end points. Beginning point is also specified and the end point is also specified. So that is your line segment. We can name a line segment with whatever point which is given, like AB, PQ, LM, MN, whatever. So that is your line segment. You can draw a line segment of any length with that particular measurement by using scale. That measurement is given in meter or centimeter or millimeter or whatever. You can draw that line segment. That's why only you will be getting in your previous class, you will be getting question, draw a line segment of measure 8 centimeter, 10 centimeter, 15 centimeter and so on. Now children will come to the next, that is ray. Ray can be extended up to any extent, but it has one end point. Means from where it begins, that is fixed. So it has only one end point and it can be extended up to any extent. Now this ray is very important. Two property which is very important, one end point is fixed and it can be extended up to any extent. That is fixed. Now we'll come to the next point. Why this ray is very important? It does not have a fixed length. And when two rays meet at one point, then an angle will be formed. So an angle is formed when two rays meet at one point. Now the point where two rays will meet, that point is known as vertex, and the rays, that they are arms of an angle. Now about angle, what are different angles? Angles are what? Angles means there are two rays meet at one point, an angle is formed. Then an angle is formed. This is the particular definition of an angle. Now there are different types of an angle. See, when we will see in our day-to-day life, we'll find it out different angles on different places. If you will find it out in your day-to-day life, you will find it out angles in Caesar also. Angle you will find it out that in television also, in your furniture, blackboard, brick, telephone, and so many things were there, mobile phone. So they are also forming an angle because they have vertical line, horizontal line, ray which meet at one point. So they are also forming an angle. Angles are forming within your fingers also, with your hands also, with the hands of a clock also, different angles will be formed. Now children, will come to the next one, that is types of an angle. First of all, a measurement of an angle is very important. Measurement of an angle means you can measure an angle by using protractor. By using protractor, an angle can be measured. Types of angle. Types of an angle. First, that is acute angle. An angle whose measure is more than 0 degree but less than 90 degree. An angle whose measure is equal to 90 degree, that is your right angle. An angle whose measure is more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree, that is your obtuse angle. And an angle whose measure is equal to 180 degree, that is a straight angle. So these are different types of an angle. Types of an angle is very important. And after that, types of an angle, that is very important, and then measuring of an angle is very important. When you will measure an angle using protractor, fine, measuring of an angle, and then you are finding which one is greater or smaller. Related to that, we have done the exercise which is known as comparison of an angle. Now children, will come to the next topic. What is the next topic? That is your congruency of an angle. How to draw an angle? You know that how to draw that angle using protractor. You will mark that angle and then you will draw. That is your drawing of an angle. Now next very important thing, that is congruency of an angle. Means congruency means whether the two angles are equal or not. To measure that, you will measure both the angles and then you will find it out, yes, they are congruent, yes, they are not congruent. Because this congruency property of a triangle we are taking with the starting with an angle, and after that will carry on to the triangle also when you will study in the next classes. So that is there children, you all will do it, that is your further part. So till here we have done introduction, or whatever we have done till now in your geometry chapter, that we have recalled. After that, today we are going to do it parallel lines and perpendicular lines. That is related to your exercise 12.3. So children, I am going to start with that exercise 12.3. That is, so parallel lines. Parallel lines are what? 12.3, that is parallel lines. Parallel lines. So first we will see what are parallel lines, and after that we'll understand how these parallel lines goes. And then parallel lines means two lines when they are equidistant from each other. Two lines when they are equidistant from each other and this distance remains continue. This distance remain continue. It will not meet at any point. They will not meet at any point. Now the name I can give it here like L and M. So L is parallel to M. L is parallel to M. So what do we mean by parallel line? Parallel lines means that can be extended up to any extent, but they will not meet. They are equidistant, means equal distance will be there between these two lines, and that will be continuous when it will be carry on up to any extent. So that is your parallel lines. If you will see in your book, you will find it out different lines which have been given, and you have to find it out that which line is parallel or not. Now if I draw such kind of a line that they will be parallel in the beginning, but when it is going, the distance will increase or the distance will decrease. So they are not an example of parallel lines. And such kind of a question only you will be getting in your book, that is exercise 12.3, that take the pair of parallel lines in the following. You have to take the, so what you have to do it in this question 1, take the pair of parallel lines. Parallel lines, which lines are parallel? I have told you what are the parallel lines. Parallel lines are those which are equidistant with each other. Their distance will not be changed. So they are equidistant. And next, parallel lines A. If you will see in your book, that is meeting at such point. So they are not forming a parallel lines. B is yes, it is a parallel line, is an example of parallel line. C, yes again. Now D, again D is meeting at one point, so D is not a parallel line. E again meeting at one point, then it is not a parallel line. So you have to take only the parallel lines in your book. Such kind of a question, if you will get it in your paper, in that also, in your paper also, you have to take only the parallel lines. You will be given different examples. Is the given line is parallel, perpendicular, vertical, horizontal, or whatever, and you have to take only that parallel lines option. So that is will be there your exercise 12.3. Now come to question number 2. Take the perpendicular line. So let's see what are perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are those lines which are forming 90-degree angle with each other. So perpendicular lines are those lines which are forming 90-degree angles with each other. So they are forming 90-degree angles, means perpendicular to each other, forming 90-degree angle. So this is an example of perpendicular line. So we can write it here L and M. Now this L and M will be example of perpendicular lines. It means when two lines form an angle of 90 degree with each other, then that is an example of perpendicular line. So again, if you will see in your book, that question number 2, take the perpendicular lines in the following. So as I told you, what is the definition of perpendicular line? The two lines which are forming 90-degree angle with each other, they are an example of perpendicular line. So this A part, that is forming parallel lines because they are equidistant with each other. Then perpendicular lines which are forming 90-degree angles. So B part is yes, that is an example of perpendicular line. Now if we'll see any two lines which are supposed to meet after some point, which is about to meet after some point, again that is an example of perpendicular line. So C is again an example of perpendicular line, and D, the last one, is also an example of perpendicular line. So as we have seen that different types of angle, we will find it out in our day-to-day life. In our day-to-day life and in the objects of day-to-day life, we'll find it out different angles. In the same way, we will find it out this example of parallel lines and perpendicular lines in our day-to-day life. See, if we talk about buildings, they are an example of perpendicular line because they are forming an angle of 90 degree with the road or the base. If we see the railway track, so that railway track is an example of parallel lines. If we see a cupboard is an example of parallel lines because both the paths are equidistant as well as perpendicular line. Electric pole, wires which were there, they are also forming an angle of, they are an example of parallel lines. Then so many things which you will see like table or blackboard, they are also forming an example of parallel lines. Let's come to question number 4. Which of the following statement are true and which are false? A part, two lines in a plane are either intersecting or parallel. Two lines in a plane means I am talking about a board. Whether two lines can be intersecting or parallel, yes, it can be. Whenever two lines will be there, whether they are meeting at such point or they are parallel to each other, any one condition will be there. So here question number 4, A part will be true. Question number 4 of exercise 12.3, A part will be yes, that is true. Now let's come to B part. True. B part is two lines are either intersecting or parallel. Either intersecting or parallel. Now two lines in a plane I was talking about. Now here two lines are either intersecting or parallel. So that is false. It is not necessary that it will be intersecting or it will be parallel or any one is compulsory. When we were talking about plane means a certain figure or certain surface. Whether that is surface will be your blackboard or your notebook, then the case will be true. But the other case when that will be open statement, that whatever lines wherever it is in the environment, that will be either intersecting or parallel, then that statement will be false. Now angles between two perpendicular segment is 90 degree, yes, that I have told you just now, so that will be true. Yes, perpendicular lines are forming 90 degree angles with each other. Then angles between two parallel segments is 90 degree, that is false because they are not meeting at any point. So that is your false. Now next we'll come to E part. E part is what? Two perpendicular lines are same distance apart. No. That is false because two perpendicular lines, they are not same distance apart because they are meeting at one point. So E is false. F, two parallel lines are same distance apart. Yes, that will be your true. That two parallel lines are same distance apart. That is true. So that is your question number 4, exercise 12.3. Now children, that is quite simple exercise, parallel and perpendicular lines, and that is very important. That is parallel lines and what are parallel lines and what are perpendicular lines. Now children, will come to symmetry, which is the next concept of your geometry chapter. Symmetry means a figure is said to be symmetrical if it can be folded along a line into two equal parts. Now here, as we have done this chapter earlier, we have done this activity, we'll take a plane figure. Now here, what do you mean by plane figure? Plane figure means, I'm talking about like two-dimensional figure. I can take a triangle, I can take a square, you can take a circle, and when it will be folded along a line into two equal parts. So this line is called line of symmetry, and the two figure which will be there, so that will be your symmetrical or symmetry. Let's see how. If I draw a rectangle and I folded this rectangle from the center, I will find it out two identical figures. Identical means both the rectangle will be same. Whether I fold it on vertical side or horizontal side, I will get two rectangles which are identical to each other. So yes, that is showing symmetry, and this line is known as line of symmetry. Now here the question is it possible with every figure? Then your answer will be no. If I will talk about two-dimensional figure or plane figures, yes, it is possible with all the plane figures, but it is not possible everywhere. Symmetry in 2D shape, you can see the figures in your book, but it is not same in the case of any organism or any plant. They are not symmetrical. Symmetry we will see in English alphabet also. We have A, B, then T, D, C, V, W, different symmetry also you will. By using a line of symmetry, you can divide that English alphabet into two symmetrical parts. And that line which divided into two symmetrical parts is known as line of symmetry. Line of symmetry we can find it out in fruits also. If you will take an apple and will cut it into two equal halves. So yes, again that line is known as line of symmetry, and the two parts of an apple will be identical to each other. We can take it an ice cream or a cone, and again we can divide it into two equal parts. So that is exercise 12.4, that is related to your symmetry and how symmetry will works related to that. Exercise 12.4, which of the following figures are symmetrical? Question number 1 is, which of the following figures are symmetrical? A, B, C, D. You have been given different figures. You have to draw the line of symmetry in it, and then you will find it out whether they are symmetrical or not. Face. Then different pictures were there. You just find it out that whether they are symmetrical or not. So now first figure is of a man. Yes, we can divide that picture of a man into two equal parts. You just draw a symmetry line in between, and then that will be divided into two equal parts. Then an umbrella is there, then a carrot. Again, carrot can also be divided into two equal halves. Balloon. Now balloon we cannot divide because air filled inside the balloon, and when you will draw that line of symmetry, it will burst. So that line of symmetry cannot be drawn in balloon. Face, again face can be divided into two equal parts. Racket. Racket cannot be possible to divide it into two equal halves, and then we will come to hands. See, if in your hand all the five fingers are not same. If you will divide your hand with this vertical line or from your horizontal line, you cannot divide this hand into two equal parts. So again, hand is not possible. After that, triangle, yes, as I told you in the beginning, plane figures can be divided into two equal parts which are identical to each other, which are symmetrical to each other, by using a line of symmetry. Now let's come to another figure. Some figure you will see that some plane figures cannot be divided into two equal parts. Now question 2 of exercise 12.4, that is, which of the following letters are symmetrical? You can see this alphabets. Which of the following alphabets are symmetrical to each other? N, F, O, B, L, M, H, G, E, Z. You can easily identify, you can easily find it out that which are symmetrical, because introduction of symmetry I have told you, line of symmetry I have told you, and you can easily find it out which of the alphabet are symmetrical. Which of the alphabets you can draw, in between that figure you can draw line of symmetry. Now, which of the following figures, question number 3, are divided into two equal halves? Already in question number 3, if you will see in your book, see already this line of symmetry has been drawn. See this figure, in this figure only line of symmetry has been drawn. And you have to find it out whether they are dividing, this line of symmetry is dividing that given figure into two equal halves or not. So that only you have to find it out in this question number 3. If the cylindrical pipe is cut along the dotted line, whether they are symmetrical or not. So in this you have to write yes, no, yes it is symmetrical, no it is not symmetrical. So first one is cylindrical pipe, no it is not symmetrical along the line which is drawn. Then the next is if the boat is cut along the dotted line, then yes it is symmetrical. If the cup is cut along that line, no it is not symmetrical, because on one side handle will be there. D part, if the joker's cap is cut along the line, yes that will be symmetrical. If the pot is cut along the vertical line, the dotted line, yes that will be symmetrical. Then question number 4 of this exercise 12.4, which of the following numerals are symmetrical? Again, as we have done symmetry in alphabets, we have done symmetry in that number also. How they are symmetrical? 3, 9, 8, 4, 0, 5. How they are symmetrical. So again that is an important one that you will see, you will do it. And I hope there is no doubt in this symmetry. So let's revise the concepts which we have done today. That is, first is parallel lines. Parallel lines, two lines when they are equidistant to each other. And it can be extended up to any extent, but their distance between the two lines will not be less. So that will be there. Which of the following numerals? Next is perpendicular lines, two lines which are forming 90-degree angles with each other. So they are an example of perpendicular line. Now let's come to the next, that is symmetry. So parallel and perpendicular lines, you will find it out certain examples from your day-to-day life also. As I have told you, you are flying kite. So in kite also you will find it out that is an example of perpendicular line. Fine. Blackboard, again an example of perpendicular line. Railway track is an example of parallel lines. And slab, that is an example of parallel lines, because that distance doesn't become shorter. Then we'll come to symmetry, which is your next topic, exercise 12.4. Symmetry means when you will divide anything like any figure into two parts by drawing a line, then that line is known as, and after drawing that line, that figure can be divided into two equal halves. Then that line is known as line of symmetry. Then that line is known as line of symmetry. That is very important. Remember this, because whenever you are looking at any figure, you just find it out. If I take this chalk and I'll ask from you, can you divide this chalk into two equal halves? Then your answer will be yes. You will measure this chalk with a scale and then you will divide it from the center. Then you will say that yes, the two parts are identical. If I'll say this, if I'll have this whole chalk I have, and I'll cut it out from this, and then two identical chalk or that part will be formed. Then we'll say yes, these two are identical and we can form with a line of symmetry. That is very important. Line of symmetry is very important. Symmetry means when we will get two identical parts, that is known as symmetry. That symmetry we will see in English alphabet also, in numbers also, different objects also. In all these things we will find it out, symmetry. Now next concept of your geometry chapter is translation, reflection, order of symmetry, order of rotational symmetry, that we will see. So that we are going to continue tomorrow, and till here we have finished with exercise 12.4. Do practice or till here exercise 12.4, and that's all for today children. Have a good day.